Good afternoon. Welcome to OptionsTender. It's Thursday, June 4th, 2026. We're taking a look at SPX, the VIX. We're also going to take a peek at the cannabis market and Bitcoin as well. I really want to show something on IBIT, the ETF for Bitcoin, that will kind of compare to what we're doing right now. So I haven't been doing a whole lot of public videos, but I've been doing a daily video for members since the trading's just been a little bit slow. So if you want to get those videos, consider becoming a YouTube member. It's $10 a month, or you can go to Patreon and do the whole year for $90. So save you some dough there. So let's jump into it, you guys. We have SPX. First of all, the breadth of the market, nothing extreme at this point. Volumes leaning towards the declining stocks here, so a little bit bearish. The put to call ratio is not extreme enough to be contrarian. And then if you look underneath the hood, we all know that the market is going higher, but we're getting lower highs with market breadth here with S&P, with stocks over their 50, 100, and 200-day moving average. Same thing with the high yield bonds. That's also making a lower high as well, although it's up today. So nothing, and pretty positive on the S&P. So nothing's changing. This is just the summer trade here. I know that's not what a lot of you guys want to hear, but we're still just kind of trading around a possible top that we're looking for. And remember back here, same thing. It took months for this to play out. Not really much different happening here. I know it's a different form, but we're just kind of gliding each day, is just step by step by step. So what we're going to do is, let me close this up, and we're going to start looking at this wedge right here from the tariff tantrum to the peak at this point here in October, and then the corrections bottoms here. And it seems to line up pretty darn well with the peak that we're at right now. So let's see if we start banging up on the top of this wedge here. I do think we're going to go a little bit higher. I'm not so sure that the top is actually in, and I'll show you with the VIX why I think so. But so far in all the indices, we have the 8 EMA showing that momentum is up on every single indice. So I posted that in the Discord. By the way, either of the packages come with the Discord, so you can join us in there. It's been a little bit quiet, but we have some good traders in there posting some individual trades, and that's just, I'm not looking for a whole bunch of individual trades at this point. Maybe Tesla is in a good position to go higher, but yeah, so momentum's still up, and then we'll take a look at some of these indicators as well. So there's our moving averages. We're definitely overbought, and we're starting to form these divergences. I think we might end up with a 3 peak. So we have that, meaning we have a peak here, and then we have a lower high at the top of the wedge right there. And I think we'll get one more lower high, and I think that will be a good objective short for us with this RSI right here forming divergences. Now we're starting to get a slight sell signal on the slow stochastic. So same thing. If we go a little bit higher, you'll see some divergence there, and then with the MACD as well. Okay, so we have the divergences. The setup is in place. We'll just look and be patient to add on to our primary put position. McClellan oscillator. Again, breadth is horrid. We got this divergence from this peak to that peak here, and then in the near term we should see the same thing, just another divergence right there. All right, so we'll have our placeholders in at the lower time frame, and I'll show you that in just a second here on the 65. So there's the Bollinger Band. Same thing, we have a sell setup, and I think, look at that band, it's perfectly with the wedge up here. I didn't go over all this, I'm doing this with you. I like to do that real time and check things out. So again, we have a setup coming up here once again. And if you're interested, the members' videos, they're a little bit different. We use different styles of indicators. This is just a real traditional look at things. This is how I started off my trading, using some of these indicators, especially this OptionsTender one with the MACD RSI. And then on the, it's a little bit more advanced when we go for the membership and seeing some of our trading styles with the Elliott oscillator and slim ribbon and things like that. Okay, so we have the DMARC. What's the count now here? All right, no setup. We had a 13, got a reversal, and then went higher. Let's see if we can get some sort of setup here. We don't have anything yet. And Elliott oscillator, we have this peak going down here to that peak, and we should see one more reference there coming up soon. All right, let's go over to the VIX. In the VIX, if we notice, we're underneath that 8 EMA. We're pushing. It looks like we're going to test the low again. We do have a wedge, a former wedge, that we could back test one more time. We back tested it again, and let's see if we can make a new low. Now, one of the reasons why I think we're probably going to go a little bit lower and make a new low is we had this minor low right here, and we had the rising phase, but we're in this dominant and minor phase, declining phase. We also have a ghost phase here as well, that is around 611. This blue dashed one. I know it's probably hard to see. I put that on there just to keep that for reference. But our primary look is the beginning of this cycle, rising phase. We're going to look around 616. All right, for a VIX cycle low. Now, it doesn't mean the low can't be in right now, but things have not changed, okay? If price starts to go higher, starts to rip above this 8 EMA, above the 20, then we'll change that outlook. But for now, everything's pointing that we're going to go a little bit lower and around 616. So that's about, we're here on the 4th, Thursday, it's about 1.5 weeks away. And that window opens up for on the 12th through the 19th here. So the trading days, we have the 11th, 2, 3. So the 11th through, here's the 16th, that's ideal. 1, 2, 3, through the 19th. The 11th through the 19th. And we all know that Fridays don't typically mark a top or bottom. So we can imagine it would be the 11th through the 18th. That's how I'm going to think about it. That we'll look for a VIX cycle low, and we'll be looking for a top in the market. All right, so we have a little bit more time to grind and not do a whole lot before we'll look for an official top. All right, going over to, let's look at the cannabis market. Now, here's the overall market with MJ. We're forming a inverse head and shoulder. This is the head right here in the right shoulder. We held on to that 786 for a 1-2 setup, and now we have a 1-2. So we're into an equilibrium here, and I think that will end up breaking out in the near future. But the U.S. market seems to be a little bit stronger. If you look at the moving averages, they are combining here. They're going sideways. But we're actually on top of all the moving averages. So this could start leading the cannabis market, and we'll keep an eye on that. We are long MSauce, and we're actually long in our IRA for many names. So you can check that out. You can look in the Discord channel. I haven't added on much in the near term, and we have large enough positions at this point. So just waiting for movement. All right, and IBIT. So what I want to look at with Bitcoin is, first of all, we're testing the lows here. We had this bear flag, and this will lead us into SPX or SPY in the 65. So we broke down from the bear flag, but we only hit that 50% retracement. I was looking for some possible unfinished business with this measured move to go up to the 60, the golden ratio here. But we know that the bear flag broke down, and also we had this 382, so a possible wave 4, and you notice we got the bounce off of it, but that failed. That was our confirmation that this move was real and that it was going to head much lower. Okay, and here's that gap, not fully filled, and so I was looking to see if that were to happen. It did not, and so this is important, that 382. So if we go to SPY, here's somewhat of a comparison. Let's go to where we left off for the public videos. And so in this near term, we had this first 382. All right, that gave us a signal that this was a wave 4 and that we're going to go higher. All right, so that held out. We had a 1-2 setup here. I can get rid of all these. That's our target. I'm going to leave that one on there. So we hit our first target, the 127, which was 754, and went a little bit higher. Did we quite hit the 760.49? Nope, we missed it by a few pennies there. And so there's kind of some unfinished business happening right now. And I'll get that exact to the penny later on. But we should start to hit here, and we could get on top of that. And there's a few more targets that we're talking about with SPX, just a little bit higher than that right now. But holding up well. Let's go to the 65. And you can see a closer look. So this was a wave 4. We're into a wave 5. But this is possibly, if this is our 1-2, which is how we're looking at it, we're taking the full length of wave 3. And we're using our 382, 236 zone to see if that holds. And it did. Okay, so that's what we launched off of today with the gap down. We're also holding on to this important Fibonacci, that 127.2. And this is kind of a, we stay on top of this and we go to the next one. And that's 760, about 50 cents there. 760, 50 cents. So held on to 382, that gives us a clue that this is possibly a wave 4. But what I want to say is with Bitcoin, if we lose this low, then market structure is broken. Okay, so that will be a very important level. You can call it 753 all the way down to 751. You can call it a zone. That zone breaks down, market structure is broken, and we go further. All right, there's still a possibility that this could be an extension, but I think at that point, I think we can be a little bit more bearish if we get below that 382. So that's the main thing that I want to show on this video. But let's look at some of these indicators. And we had the negative divergence, which gave us the correction into today. And that played out. And on the lower time frames, maybe here as well. I use the 6 on this RSI on my daily use, but we had a positive divergence there, and that's what gave us our bounce. Now, could that burn through? Absolutely. We have tons of room down low here. We're cycling higher. We're trying to get a bull cross. And if we get this bull cross, what we'll look for is a divergence once again. Okay? And I think that would mark some sort of top here coming up soon. So again, we could make it to that 760, but there's a little bit more room above that to go if it wants it. Okay. Bollinger Band. Yep, had that buy signal right here. This is the 5 RSI. And this is a higher low, positive divergence. It's playing out right now. Okay, so the top of the band is up near 760. It's starting to go sideways, so that's a good opportunity for us to get a reversal if price does get up top here and you get that sell signal. Money flow index, we had the negative divergence here. That marked our top for a correction. And we came down low, but again, in a bull market, you don't have to really touch the bottom edge there. So we're probably going to see an equilibrium form, and then we'll see which way it breaks out. And what I mean by that is you're going to have the bulls and bears fighting, because the bulls are going to say this is a wave 4 into wave 5 and we go higher. The bears are going to say we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave impulse move, and that this is just a correction and we go down further. So let's see what happens coming up here. For the rest of the week, we may have this doji, and we might get another doji next week. We'll see what happens. This is slow summer trade. And I'll pick up the videos again when I do think that we have more of a reversal, or we get that confirmation down there, so we can do these videos more often and give you more information. But right now there's not a whole lot. And members, again, will do this every day, and you'll certainly catch when I tell you when I think we've really seen some cracks in the market, and that we think we get our reversal. All right. So getting that Bollinger Band, money flow. Let's see what the DMARC says. Okay, a 4 count. Did get that 9 count and get our correction after going a little bit higher. No setup yet. We have a 4 and a 10. No setup. Elliott oscillator. There's that lower high again. We corrected, but a very shallow correction. That's typical for a wave 4. And then we'll look for a lower high reference from a wave 3 into a wave 5 coming up here. All right, let's take one last look at the VIX. Change the board, and so we're looking at these as wedges. We sort of broke out here, and if we go a little lower, then we'll have to move this wedge out further. I'm going to anticipate that so far, especially since you have this peak here and this peak here. It kind of forms it already, and then we'll actually make that one to this low right here, and you can draw it many different ways. You can use the bodies like that if you want more to touch. We'll just see if we get down here, see what kind of reaction we get off of this wedge. So we still have 2 wedges. They're just expanding a little bit, and we do have a gap that's about to close here soon. So this doesn't necessarily have to go straight down here. We could get a little pop again and then drop a little bit lower. That's kind of what I'm looking for right now. And again, around the 16th is going to be that next ideal VIX cycle low. So we keep an eye coming out here. That honestly seems like a far away here in the, well, let's see what happens with this wedge coming in here. Yeah, it doesn't quite form all the way down there, right? So what could happen is this secondary wedge. We bounce around in here for a little bit. We break out from the larger wedge, and then we pull back, and maybe we even get a higher low somewhere in here, and then we'll look for this larger wedge, or excuse me, this more shallow wedge here to break at some point. So I do think we're forming on a bottom. If you look at this in a much bigger picture, it's losing momentum to the downside, and it's starting to go a little bit more sideways. So let's check this out, see what happens. And this can change at any point with a catalyst, but and as far as we know from the information we have, I think we'll probably test down here again, get a lower low at this point. All right, so if this changes, I'll definitely make another video, and we'll go from there. So thanks for joining us here at OptionsTender. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.